Remember that super hit Bop
You mean
from
blah.
from that band Hanson?
Yeah, I used to
That
have a book.
apparently is like the best band ever now.
I used to have a book of them.
Man, why?
I thought they were women.
Find out you jacked it to Hanson.
Now I was too young to jack it.
Where you're like, bop,
Yeah, I was like,
zoom, blue,
bop.
doo, wop, chinkle, blue, damn, bleed, up, doo, glam, blue, doo.
It's a weird intro, but okay.
That was the lyrics, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Gotta be 100% the
Yeah.
lyrics. You know what is 100% weird and ridiculous? That is, it's this movie called Shoot 'Em Up
Yeah.
back in the mid 2000s, starring Clive. Where did he go?
Clive,
Owen.
I look like shit now, Owen.
Dude, seriously, what the fuck happened to Clive Owen,
He
man?
disappeared, dude. Went back to England.
That was weird. But anyway, for a second there, Clive Owen was destined to be, or at least Hollywood thought he was going to be the next big thing, and they kind of aimed him towards like this action hero thing, which I think
Yeah.
wasn't really befitting of his, kind of demeanor as an actor. It would have been more like, all right, some action movies, but let's focus more on some dramatic stuff first, type of angle.
Yeah.
Like he was fantastic in Children of Men, which I know you haven't seen,
No.
but that has
I've
action
only
sequence.
I've only seen him in action, so
Oh my fucking god, dude! Children of Men is awesome, but that goes without saying.
here it has a CGI baby in it.
There's Baby.
Is it good?
It's yeah. I mean, it's good. But anyway, this piece of shit has a CGI baby,
Oh yeah.
and it's called Shoot 'Em Up. And when I say piece of shit, I don't mean that in a hateful way. This movie is intentionally a piece of shit.
It's horrible.
It
but-
starts with a person getting killed with a carrot.
Yeah, and it
Okay.
happens several times
Yeah.
throughout.
Now, if you've never seen this movie, it's basically an escort mission in movie form.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I have a baby. I have to protect it. And along the way, I'm going to discover why I'm protecting it. And then, I'm a mysterious character, so you'll find some more things out about me, too. It's like a video game concept,
Yeah.
only, it's a movie. Anyway,
After I saw this, I was like, so this is basically Crank before Crank.
yeah, basically. If you haven't seen Crank, it's just a bunch of wild shit thrown out there.
Yeah, y'all gotta see Crank, dude.
You got to see Crank. But anyway, and Crank, too.
Mm.
But this is Shoot 'Em Up. What'd you think about this movie, man?
I liked it. I thoroughly
I
enjoyed
like these
it.
elaborate explanations.
It's completely retarded, and
Yeah.
it's pretty much a cartoon.
Mhm.
But I kind of like that shit. I think maybe it would have benefited from a little more visual ludicrousness, and I'm saying this in a movie where guys get killed with freaking carrots. But I don't know. It was cool. I really liked it. Dumb fun.
Yeah, this is a movie where from the opening, you're either going to be on board or you're
Yeah,
not.
that's true.
And if you can't get on board, then the movie's not going to be for you.
Yeah.
I got on board, and it was for me. So there you go. But let's
right.
talk about why. Pros and cons here. Big pro for me is, how fucking stupid it is.
That is a pro.
That's crazy that
Yeah.
should be a pro, but this movie is fucking redonkulous. There's
Yeah.
nothing in this movie that makes sense, would ever work in a realistic situation.
It's kind of like that Kung Fury logic.
Look.
Shit just happens.
Forget Kung Fury. Kung Fury makes sense compared to this.
Yeah, that's true.
This movie is basically a cartoon, and they make that allusion early on. The Elmer Fudd Bugs
Yeah.
Bunny relationship is alluded to from early on, and it makes perfect sense for this movie, no matter how nonsensical the movie is. So yes, pro number one is how incredibly fucking dumb this movie is. Hit me with a pro.
Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti is beast in this.
I'm a fan of Paul Giamatti, and every time I see him, I seem to grow in fandom. And this one, it was kind of like him just chewing the shit out of the film itself.
Yeah.
And he's pretty damn awesome in this. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna venture to. I'm gonna. We try to stray from saying the same pros and cons, but we do say when we agree with each other. And I gotta agree with you, man. And I'll do it one further. I don't think this movie would have worked without Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Giamatti adds just enough of that scenery chewing madness
Because
to make everybody else's shit work.
I think so much of the character of the movie it comes from Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Because Clive Owen's character is kind of intentionally
Serious.
vague and
yeah.
so you don't know. You just know it's Smith. That's it.
Mhm.
So having that super cartoony Paul Giamatti makes it work.
Yeah, big pro. Another pro for me is how it doesn't bother to explain things.
Yeah.
At one point, they just have. I know this kind of goes hand in hand with the stupid thing, but this is like a device all of its own. Like, let's not even explain where 1,000 carrots come from. I mean, yeah, they show that he grows carrots.
Yeah, but he just like takes them out.
Yeah, it's like batarangs for this guy.
Yeah.
And stabbing people with them. How does the physics of a carrot going through a skull?
Yeah.
How does that work? Why all of a sudden they have access to robot babies? You know, none of the shit is ever explained. It's just kind of like you are expected to accept it.
The rules of the thumbprint gun are constantly violated throughout the movie. Yeah, I agree. It's so dumb.
Hit me with another pro. Got one?
Clive Owen. He's cool.
Clive Owen could have been.
He's kind of like Dwight. Was that his name?
Yeah, in Sin City.
Sin City. Only with
not from The Office.
Yeah, no, Dwight from The Office. He's kind of like Dwight from Sin City. He even kind of dresses like him.
Yeah.
And you know, he's with a hooker the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just wanted a movie with him as Dwight again, and they put him in this. Except, you know,
he's got a mysterious past.
Exactly, yeah. I'm telling you, it's just him again. He just needed the red shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, man, this basically is kind of like a ridiculous extension of Sin City.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah. So that's pretty cool, man. Another one for me is that the movie doesn't shy away from ultra violence.
Mm.
But since it's done so over the top, it's not repulsive or excessive. So that's pretty cool. But I'm just going to throw out another con here. This is a movie that was stateside made and released. That had Monica Bellucci. She gets so little screen time on this side. And granted, her fucking accent is heavy as shit. But so are them titties. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with watching Monica Bellucci flop around for a few hours.
So why is that a con?
No, that's a pro, bro.
Oh, you said a con?
I'm sorry. Let me correct that.
It's a pro.
Monica Bellucci titties, pro. Throwing that out.
I kind of like her accent. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I'm just saying some people might be turned off by it, and then they're gay for being turned off.
Homos.
By it. She was my choice, by the way, to be Wonder Woman back in the day. I mean, obviously she's too old now.
Yeah.
But you know, she even got the accent. Boom. Anyway, you got another pro in this? Look, most of our pros are covered by the fact that this is a stupid fucking movie. The stupidity is the big pro. It covers everything.
The action is pretty much a pro. It's again, it's cartoon rules. So you'll have scenes where Clive Owen is just sliding for like
hours,
2 minutes straight, and somehow that's working. You know, guns that just shoot 10,000 bullets without reloading, but it's cool. It's cool looking. It looks cool. So I'm like, yeah, I like this action.
Mm-hmm.
It's retarded, but I'm into it.
Yeah, man. Cartoon rules, cartoon logic, cartoon situations. It's a cartoon.
Yeah, live action cartoon.
Let's talk about the con in this. You got a con?
A baby. No, I'm just kidding.
Usually a baby would be a con.
That was actually a plus for me.
Yeah, a little cute ass baby. This is one of the few movies where a baby is not like a deterrent to enjoying the movie.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like, oh, cute baby. Yeah. Let's protect that baby.
He's a robot now.
Yeah, he's a robot for some fucking reason now. Cool, I'll swing with it.
I think maybe, I don't know, maybe a little bit more of a visual punch. You know, make it look a little bit more Sin City. You know what I mean?
Some stylistic approach would have been a positive.
Yeah, and I think they try because it does kind of have a almost black and whitish look. But they didn't fully realize it, so it just kind of feels in a weird middle ground. So yeah, I think just any kind of stylist, like heavily stylized approach to it would have really benefited it and would have really fit into that cartoony vibe.
I think
maybe it was just a budget thing.
Much like I agree. Much like Stupid covers the entirety of all the pros because Stupid explains everything in this movie.
Yeah.
I think my con will explain everything, and that is, or not explain everything, but will be the soul encompassing con, and it's that when a movie throws this much nonsense at you, it can get monotonous at times. Now, don't get me wrong. Eventually, they whenever it does, eventually they do switch the scenario, scene or scenario or the concept along a little bit enough to get you back in. But yeah, I mean, there's so much being thrown at you that can at times be like, all right, still watching this part. Oh, there it is. There's a new one, you know. So maybe a little tighter editing would have fixed that. And yes, and that falls in with hand with the visual thing. Like that itself can be monotonous because there's not much of a visual palette. And it's not stylized enough like Sin City to justify looking so monotone.
It's just kind of gray.
Yeah. So that can deter from the enjoyment a little bit if you are on board to watch this movie. But this is a good thing about this movie. You're not going to know right away whether you're going to want to watch it or not. So there's no waiting 10, 30, 20 minutes, whatever, to decide I'm not going to like this movie. There's just like you either do or you don't.
Yeah, like carrot goes through a guy's mouth.
And
you're either in or out, like that carrot in that guy's mouth.
Or, I mean, there was a phallic implication there, but I just let it drop.
Yep.
Anyway, my nuts just dropped, so let's get to that time of the video where we give our final thoughts and our final rating from 1 to 10. Hit me with it.
I kind of wish this had gotten a sequel, because I think it would have fully realized its ludicrousness in a Crank-like way. But as it stands, this is pretty damn fun, and it's like a second long. It's like 80 minutes long, so it goes by pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know, it's stupid. If you like stupid shit, this is gonna hit you or tickle your pickle. I'll give it obviously in its own scale.
Yeah, the stupid movie that's fun
stupid
scale.
Movie scale. I'll give it like a 7 because I think there is some shortcomings when it comes to the style of it. So yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 6.5, and that falls in line with what you just said. There are some shortcomings at certain points. Yeah, you're like, it's kind of a little mind numbing the amount of stuff they're throwing at you. But mostly it's because it could have actually gone further than it did.
Yeah.
So I feel like Crank and Crank 2 did that far better than it did. So just by default of comparison there, because if we're gonna put something in you know on level with it in terms of worthy of comparison, it'd be the Crank movies.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of fit into the same sub genre of stupid ass action movies. So I didn't think it fully realized its potential, but I think I had a hell of a time watching it.
It's kind of a movie that makes you think, man, this is weird that this even got made.
Yeah, really.
And so that's why I think I'm a little more forgiving of it not going full out with its, because it's surprising this turd even got made.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I agree.
It's definitely a cult movie. It's definitely not for everyone. But if you haven't checked it out, check it out. You're gonna find out within the first few seconds whether you're gonna watch it or not. So fuck it. Nothing to lose.
Yeah, it's like a scent.
It's like a scent at this point.
Yeah.
Hit it. Anyway, tell us what you think about this movie. If you've seen it, and if you haven't, check it out. Then tell us in the comments down below. Hit like, share, subscribe, those notification buttons, because we're out.